I'm Phoenix Wright, coming to you from after Audio Hell. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. Yeah, there's still plenty of time to make up if your sister survives.
Ooh. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony.
Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I've finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Why is that in quotes?
Maybe it's not a real possibility. He's gonna make it up.
Because it's the truth. Okay, I think we need to present some evidence.
So I was saying that she said she got all the pieces, but we found one of the pieces with blood still on it in Gant's safe. I don't know if we have evidence of that.
A dead spinal fragment found in Chief Gant's safe.
Yeah, that would probably do it.
Shall I present it?
Yes, please.
Sure.
What if I refused?
I'd be like, please do.
I mean, not much we can do. You have all the recording and the game.
Objection! You're right. Ms. Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of.
What?
We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe.
In the chief's safe? But how?
Don't worry about it. I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
Yeah.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them.
Clearly she was wrong. She didn't go to the trouble of reconstructing the whole vase.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
And also decided to hide evidence, because he's just like that.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
Impossible! Objection! Impossible! I'm afraid that's unlikely.
Inconceivable.
The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
Oh. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures.
Oh no!
They were in my mouth all along.
Objection!
Can you believe that?
Shut up! Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was the first, why would he break the jar?
Objection! The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years?
Question, why was person in quotations, is Gant not a person?
Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Is Gant an alien? Like Gumshoe said?
That would explain a lot.
No! No! Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
I know.
Sir,
Why did you scream?
You're the judge.
I'm going to ignore that. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question. What is this action called? Fabrication of evidence.
I'm gonna let
But
Edgeworth lead me around by the nose because I can't do it alone.
Woo!
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Ms. Skye became the Chief's puppet.
Ow.
Oh God.
No. I did it on my own.
Do you need a bandage?
She
got
already
one.
has one.
Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
Says the person who's been working with Edgeworth for 2 years.
Ooh.
Foul lies. Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
What?
Wow. Fucking slander.
Wait a minute. What if
Next to his associates.
we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana may be right after all. And I'm Lana. It's a switch. What do you mean, right? I mean Lana.
So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
I mean, what he's saying happened is that Gant killed Gant killed Marshall and or Dark and framed Emma, right?
No, what?
Miss Skye, please testify
Okay, wait.
once more.
But
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Ms. Skye, if you will.
I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
Very well.
So I've been lying this whole time.
I'll testify about what I really saw.
All right, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
Perjury does not exist. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But it all really was a fabrication. Emma might be innocent.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword?
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof.
Actually, I do have proof. Did she take a picture? I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What?
What? To me?
in the book? The book?
Oh shit!
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. Do we need to rotate that book?
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Rotate that book. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture.
Is the picture really not a picture? I'm just...
Yeah, there's a lot of quotes.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like a weird number of quotes.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check that evidence again. Evidence. Again. There must be a picture in there somewhere.
There sure is.
That duck.
Ah, it's time
He is
to
beautiful.
rotate.
Oh.
It's
There
sticking out
seems
the
to be
bottom.
something inside the back cover.
Pio. Wait, let me see
Pio.
the duck. Look at him.
Oh, I
Tiny.
love him.
Very cute.
Here to teach us.
Jesus Christ.
That's gruesome.
Hey, there's a picture here.
Oh my. This is the actual crime scene.
No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
If she really wanted this to succeed, why would she have taken any pictures of it?
Just in case.
Yeah. Mr. Wright. That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be...
The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe.
Oh.
What's this? I'm Memory Phoenix.
This is a handprint, isn't it?
It is Memory Emma.
That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer.
Could be, or it could be more of Gant's schemes.
What? But those fingerprints. They're yours, Emma.
Huh? Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
No reason. Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
So this was an elaborate suicide, and the guy actually just skewered himself on armor. Yeah.
Oh,
That
God.
would be impressive.
Whew.
He just jumped. Huh?
What? Is it? Yup!
Oh.
Come now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
Every time he shows up, it's like a very different, like, emotional, auditory, and visual experience. Because auditory, it's great. Visual, it sucks.
And emotional?
Unspeakable.
I don't want to talk about it. Chief Gant.
What? Now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. Oh, now you want to testify?
Objection! I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
Get wrecked.
Get him.
Hmm.
This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
Ooh, get him!
Jesus Christ.
Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you. But I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
I'm concerned. The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't. But someone does.
Someone? I'm sorry, I cannot do Gant's voice to save my life.
Good. So,
I'm sorry for your life.
Youth, Righto. Oh. Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Righto. Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death.
Nope.
Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
Is this true, Mr. Wright?
If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer.
If you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? I'd better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence?
No.
The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall?
So, I mean, I guess the thing is still, though, like, it's kind of sus that Gant knew about that piece of evidence and that it was, you know, stored in his safe. So that could still ultimately give us an advantage? I don't know, or maybe he would just say, I saw it when you were robbing me.
I don't know where we would go from here if we didn't present anything, though. What else would we do?
I don't know, but this game was pretty clearly like, if we show this evidence, Emma's gonna be found guilty. And I think that was the game telling us, don't present this evidence.
Okay.
I say don't show it.
Let's see what happens.
Alright. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie.
Chief Gant?
You opened my safe. No, you took what was inside.
What's also funny is that Gant's breakdown sprites are incredible, but like his normal sprites are terrible.
Yeah.
The conclusive evidence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I am lying like a dog.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them?
Shush, Emma.
We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't ya? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture.
Once again, I am being left out of evidence.
See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason.
Just fashion, Your Honor.
Have you ever seen Mean Girls?
Yeah. You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Wow, this is going to be the biggest
Oh,
scandal
wow,
in the history of the
scandalous.
police department. Oh.
Impressive.
God, his silences.
To be honest, I didn't think you had the gal, righto?
I thought it was gall, but I guess I was wrong.
Could be. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. Ha 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 ha. I'll tell you what really happened.
What? You mean you admit to it?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day.
Why haven't we entered testimony mode?
Because he's not allowed to testify.
Oh, yeah.
It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
This is just, casually speaking. Definitely not testifying.
Definitely not. So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
That sentence didn't make any sense with his last two sentences.
It's fine.
So you assisted Miss Sky.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. Had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body. Move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why?
For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
Objection! But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too?
Oh. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they?
Rude.
That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe?
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer.
I mean, I guess he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then, before it was too late.
Too late. Gant is gonna kill me in the courtroom.